Good people, good people, good people. Welcome back to another episode of BackTable Talk. It's your host, Kyndell Overton. Got my boy, Jordan Ehart here today with me. We are excited. We are very excited to bring another great episode of BackTable Talk to you guys. A lot of great things happening here in Flock Nation. Man. So let's hop into it. So today for you, we're going to have a little bit of a Lamar Jackson extension talk and some timeline around that. Then we'll have some Tyler Linderbaum contract talk. All right. We'll talk into the future and hop into the future of the tight end room. We'll talk about some comments made from Declan Doyle on OTAs, and we'll close out with Daniel Jeremiah's mock of Jordan Tyson to us at 14. All right. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right. Let's not waste time. Lamar Jackson extension. This contract extension needs to get done. Like, it should have been done yesterday. I don't really have much else to say about it other than that, can we get it done and can it not become a thing? I know, like, oh man, today, look, I didn't want to go here today, bro, but I'm going to. It always seems that when it comes to paying Lamar Jackson, it's always an issue in Baltimore. I don't know why, but it's like whenever it comes time for him to get his money, something's always off.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, Joey?
I mean, I totally agree. Every time this has happened in the past and now again, I think it's interesting because both sides have to know that it needs to get done, but it's never a quick thing. Like we were talking about before we started the episode, a lot of people on social media and stuff are saying, oh, it'll be like a quick contract. It can get Lamar extended and move on.
Right.
Like it was just going to be an easy thing. But I think if you really have followed Lamar and the Ravens, you understand that it's not going to be as easy as maybe it should be.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, I totally agree. We got to get it done before free agency starts for sure.
Yeah, man. Yo, you said it perfectly. Like, I think this is what it kind of hints at is like, when it comes to contracts, I think it's like this. You have two people doing things two total different ways. Lamar has no agent. Lamar has no buffer. Okay? EDC has never, ever dealt with this ever as a GM. Lamar also is a two-time MVP. Lamar's representation is a lawyer and his mother. So it's different. And also, I think, as much as people hate to have this conversation, the leverage is all in Lamar Jackson's hands.
Yeah.
The leverage is all in his hands. He has no trade clause. He knows his cap hit is $74 million next year. He knows that we have to give him this deal for us to have freedom. He knows this. He knows this, man. So cut the crap, man. Like, there is no soft like, oh well, no. The deal has to get done for us to move forward. Yeah. It is that simple.
Yeah, and I think adding to that, I think we have to get this deal done as the Ravens if we want to have Super Bowl aspirations. If we were to let this thing play out, Lamar knows that he could go into free agency and get the deal he wants from someone else. So, like you said, it's definitely Lamar has all the leverage in the world. But I mean, like I said earlier, both sides of the party, the Ravens and Lamar, we both know we have to get this done. So yeah, we just gotta hash it out, figure it out, and get it done. You definitely don't want it to be a thing where it just keeps getting played out and it becomes a big thing in the media and all of that. I think we're gonna pay Lamar and we have to do it, so we just gotta figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's that simple. Like I don't think it even gets to a point where it's like he ever touches free agency.
Yeah.
I think it's more of like we don't want this to be a drawn out thing that's going to draw more eyes for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
Like, Jeff Zipper said it today on the Ravens Collective podcast. Lamar Jackson gets clicks. So whenever he does something or says something, it gets clicks.
Yeah.
Like, so that's just the nature of the business, you know?
Yeah.
So let's talk numbers. I mean, these numbers, if I was Lamar Jackson, they would excite me. So, Spotrac projects that Lamar's value right now is a 4-year, $250 million contract, but with $62.6 million a year. That tops Dak Prescott, who's currently making $60 million a year, to make Lamar Jackson the highest paid player in the NFL. How do you feel about those numbers, Jordan?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's deserved for sure. I think we heard Steve Bisciotti talk about this a little bit, that he's okay and he will pay Lamar. You know, he will set a new record to sign Lamar. He deserves more than Dak Prescott or whoever. That's just how NFL free agency works. If you're one of the elite players in the game, you're up for a contract, you're gonna break the record basically.
Yeah, that's how it goes,
so yeah, and we've seen how this team operates with and without Lamar over the years, and when he's been injured versus when he's been healthy and on the field. He's the biggest asset that we have, and if he was on any organization, it would be the same way. He's one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game, so it's pretty simple. You gotta pay him that amount. That's what if Josh Allen or Mahomes or any of the top quarterbacks were due for a deal right now, they would be getting the same thing. So it is. And that's
it. And you just honestly, bro, you said something I've been thinking for so long. All those guys, there was no like weirdness.
Yeah,
there was no like it was here's
just
your money.
Get the deal done. Yeah.
Get it done.
Yeah. And I know I've said this a couple times already, but if for Lamar's legacy to become what he wants and to win Super Bowls, that's really the only thing left in his legacy that he needs to accomplish is playoff success in a Super Bowl. I know that he knows this deal needs to get done before free agency to give him the best chance this coming season to be in the playoff hunt to win a Super Bowl, because we need to open up some money so that we can put a good team around him. So there's got to be urgency from both sides on getting a deal done, I think, for sure.
Bro, you said it great, man. Urgency. That's got to be a key word. Like, Eric DeCosta loves to say, like, he's got to play ball. Like, both sides got to play ball, man.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like I do not want to enter March 10th with a $74 million cap hit looming over our roster, man.
Yes,
like,
can't.
we're gonna get all scraps with all the free agents because because there'll be no money for us to spend right away.
And then just say we extend Lamar after the fact, then it's like, damn, we got what we wanted out of this contract, but we just missed a huge opportunity to be able to put some of this money we have to use and really, like I said, put a good team around him so that he can take us to the Super Bowl ultimately.
I agree. Lamar's contract, I think it's going to come down more to guarantees more than anything.
Yeah.
Last time he wanted a fully guaranteed deal. That didn't happen, but he got a lot of money guaranteed. This year, being that like giving out a lot of guaranteed money has now become the norm, he's going to ask for that. I project he'll probably ask for anywhere between $205 million and $250 million guaranteed. I think that's fair. Like, guaranteed money now is just kind of how it goes with quarterbacks, man. So I don't have an issue with that. Do you?
No, I agree. It's just that it's the norm now. Like we said, for this whole contract is gonna break records for what the highest paid player in the NFL has been. That's just how it's gonna be. So we might as well figure it out and get it done.
And let's also not forget, on this, it was like a 4-year deal he signed back in 2023.
Yeah.
He won an MVP on that deal.
Yeah.
He threw for 4,000 yards in that deal, threw 41 touchdowns on that deal.
Yeah.
And he almost willed his team to history with a third AFC North championship, if not for Tyler Loop.
Yeah.
So if anyone has a question about, is this smart to extend Lamar Jackson at this number? Google's free.
Yeah.
Google's free, man.
And we've seen, like, this past season and also in seasons past, the fall off of our team without Lamar.
Goodness,
and
man.
Yes, Huntley is a great backup quarterback. Nothing against him,
He's a
but
backup,
it's a whole nother level. You gotta have, if you have Lamar on the field, the coaches, and we hear this in the NFL and we know it. If you have Lamar on the field, honestly, no matter who's around him, you have a chance in every single game to win.
Bro,
we saw this a couple years ago when we had a decimated team, and before Lamar got hurt, I think it was in 2021 and 2022.
2022 where we were 8 and 3
with a totally decimated team. So he raises the level of everyone around him too. It's not just him. He's has such an impact on the entire team.
That was the year. I don't know if you guys remember Lamar. That was the first time I saw Lamar actually get angry like in a game at his teammate. I think we were playing the Patriots, and that's when he got in Lindy's face. Yeah. And it's funny because like that's when Lamar does a great job of masking his emotions with that line, but the line has been an issue for most of his career.
Yeah.
But I think as a fan and as an analyst, we haven't seen it as much because of his magical abilities. Yeah. Lamar Jackson had some of the best second play ability there ever has been in the NFL.
Yeah, for sure.
The first play, you can call it. It may not be there. Great. Yeah. But his second play ability and his dual threat ability allows him to make something out of nothing. And that's what his greatness is. Yeah. That's why Bleacher Report, you sent it to me, had him ranked the 28th best quarterback of all time. Yeah. Of all time, bro. Yeah. Like, anyone that's a LJ hater, you just are a hater. Yeah. Like, that's all I can say at this point. Because, like, the guys put a lot of great tape out. 2 MVPs, should be 3. Yeah. Legit has turned into a legit elite passer. Him and Aaron Rodgers tied for the best career passer rating, and we still question him as a passer. What's it going to take sometimes for Lamar to be respected? That's my question. You know, what's it going to take? I guess the Super Bowl.
Yeah, pretty much. Because also, if you look at that list from Bleacher Report, if I'm being honest, and yes, I'm biased, but he should be higher than that. Yes. But that's the one thing that a couple of quarterbacks ahead of him, like Eli Manning's ahead of him, Russell Wilson's ahead of him. Literally, the only 2 things that those guys have that he doesn't is a Super Bowl or multiple Super Bowls in Eli Manning's case. But if he wins a Super Bowl, that he jumps way lower on that list. He's for
me, look right now. If he wins a Super Bowl, Lamar's jumping no lower than top 15.
Yeah, I agree.
If he wins a Super Bowl, no lower than top 15. I think his real range is between 15 and 9.
Yeah.
I think so.
And this is all while we're saying this is where he's at right now in his career. There's plenty of time. He's going to break more records. He's going to hopefully win at least 1 Super Bowl. Hopefully, obviously more.
Probably 2 more MVPs.
Yeah. So this isn't the end of Lamar. We're still like in the middle of it. The only other thing I want to say while you're talking about that is in terms of Lamar and the contract, I do wonder if we talked about the offensive line and how it's been how it was a weakness last year, obviously, and it has struggled at times in the past. I wonder for Lamar if he wants to kind of see us, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do for me? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of why he wants to play this out and see what we do. But at the same time, like we talked about, we can't really do too much without getting this deal done. So I think you kind of just gotta tell Lamar, this is like, sit him down. Let's come up with a plan that's going to make us successful. Let's get this deal done also, and then move on from it.
That's a good point. Honestly, never even thought about. Because I know last contract extension, he did that. Yeah. He kind of like waited it out and see what we're going to do before he signed anything.
Was it maybe, I can't remember, it might have been OBJ that like, we signed OBJ and then he was, and so.
And I think, I don't think we have time for that this year.
Yeah, no.
I don't. I'm being real. I don't think we have time for that this year because, free agency, we kind of have to retool this roster in a way that, fits the new vision of Minter and the new vision of Doyle. So, everybody's starting from ground one. So, Lamar, you are as well. So, kind of just... I want this deal to get done and you get in the building, man.
Yeah. Also, it's It's a little different this time around because he has such a big cap hit. Last time around, he was coming off his rookie contract.
That's like a normal.
Our season right now has big implications on how we figure out this contract.
$74.5 million. We're on the hook for as of April, new league year, April 10th, April 11th. So it's like Eric DeCosta his hands are tied, man. So Lamar, if you ever see this pod, my man, get that deal done, bro. We love you here in Baltimore, bro. We're gonna keep rocking with you, bro. But get that deal done so we can go ahead and bring a title here.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so we now hop into another very important free agent. Scratch that. Lamar's not a free agent, but he's a extension candidate. That's what he is. Linderbaum and the guy we're talking about after Linderbaum are free agents. So, Tyler Linderbaum, GM Eric DeCosta recently said in an interview, we have some work to do on Tyler Linderbaum's contract. We strongly hope to have him back. All right? So he's saying he wants him back, but there is a lot of work to do on that deal. So let's talk about it. Linderbaum is seeking $20 million or more a year, reportedly. Okay? Baltimore does not want to go above 19, and honestly, we cannot go above 19. We can't afford it. Plain as day, we can't. We can't. When you have a franchise quarterback that's going to command record-breaking money is going to be very tight. Very tight, bro. Creed Humphrey is getting $18 million a year, which makes him the highest paid center right now. Lindy wants to top that. So you referenced earlier, when contracts are done in the NFL, often it's like, it's about your production, but also it's about the market value.
Yeah.
And sometimes guys get paid not always off their production, but off the market value.
Yeah. Combined
with it equals what? A reset.
Yeah.
Teams hate resets because you're paying a guy off of like what the market tells you, just because, you know, just because.
Because you have to, basically.
Yeah, because exactly, boss. Let me ask you: do you think he's worth $20 million a year?
It's tough. I would say this. I definitely am not going above $20 million a year. I think it's tough because Lindy's had a great career so far with us. Obviously, he's been one of the most consistent players on our offense. But last year, he definitely struggled a bit, and I will say the two guards next to him had a huge part in that. There's no denying that.
Huge.
So it's really tough. It's really tough to say because I wish he was coming off his strongest year of his career, where we're like, oh yeah, this guy is the best center in the NFL. But he's really not, and some of that, or a lot of that, might not be his fault, but that's just the way it is. I would say, like I said, I'm not paying him more than $20 million a year for sure. I think if you want to sign him and extend him and keep him, ultimately you're gonna have to pay him at least $19 million, because like we said, you basically have to. If we don't pay him, someone else will. So if what he wants is a record-breaking contract, he's gonna get that if he enters free agency. I think there's plenty of teams that will probably pay him $20 million, if not more.
So you mentioned him not maybe coming off his strongest season.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you, man. Like, if you watch the tape, like that, no one on that line is free from criticism.
Yeah.
Like no one. That line did not protect Lamar at all.
Yeah.
At all this year, and it happens. I don't want to dwell on it. It's done. We're gonna fix it. But the stats are what they are, and the facts are what they are.
Yeah.
Last year, Creed Humphrey, highest paid center in the NFL, led the NFL in the least pressure rate of 1.8%. So a very, very small pressure rate for Creed Humphrey of 1.8%. Our guy, Tyler Linderbaum, second to last in the NFL in pressure rate, with an average pressure rate per game of 4.85%. Right? You're 31, bro. You're 31 out of 32 asking for $20 million a year.
Yeah.
I get it. It's the market. But we got to be realistic here. If I'm Eric DeCosta, I'm not going above 19.5.
Yeah.
I might do 20 if we get you there with incentives. I might do 20. But again, the pressure rate, very high. The stakes right now, very high. We have to be smart with the money, man. And the Ravens must be careful about getting too close to 20. Now, I don't want to go into the season with a rookie center and a rookie guard.
Yeah.
But if that means we have Lamar Jackson back with some free agent linemen that are veterans and maybe another weapon on offense, I'm probably fine with it. I don't want to let him walk. It's not an easy decision. It's not. But if I'm choosing between Lamar Jackson and Tyler Linderbaum, I'm taking Lamar Jackson. I'm going to have to just roll a dice and hope that we can get a center in the draft.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, it comes down to, like I said, a team is going to pay him $20 million or more.
Yeah.
And I think if he knows that and what he wants is the biggest contract he can get, then he's pretty much gone, because there will be teams that are going to pay him more than we are. So
yeah,
it kind of sucks. I never really, up until this offseason, so like after the season ended, I never really thought about it and like realized like, wow,
right?
He's has a good chance of leaving. I always just saw us. I don't know why, but I just saw us getting it done and figuring it out. But it seems like in the media, it seems like a lot of teams are value Linderbaum very highly. So, like I said, I think he can get more money elsewhere. And if that's what he wants, then that's what he's gonna get, I guess.
Right, and things are always a process. So like, think about it. So like, they don't pick up his option.
Yeah.
They don't tag him. Yeah. So that means he's going to play out on the last year of his deal.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, things. I gotta pick my words, I guess, safely here. I'll say this: people make their intentions like made sometimes without actually verbally saying things. Okay, so you're not giving an option to a guy is fine if you have intentions of working out a deal. If you've had 2 summers with no deal, and now we're hearing reports that you guys are at an impasse or a stalemate, that's not good news. Yeah. That's not good news, man. It's not good news.
Yeah, and I will say if I'm looking at it from his perspective, like, yeah, I would want to set a record too. I would want to reset the market. Like he obviously has that value in the NFL, so I understand from his point of view why he's like, yeah, I'm worth this much. I'm worth resetting the market for. But I just don't think the Ravens are the right team to give him $20+ million a year. Definitely can't see it happening.
So Spotrac projects his market value of being in 4 years, $71 million, at about 17.7 per year. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. Yeah. That's where Baltimore would love to talk.
Yeah.
You know, like if we could talk 17 to the 19.5, let's talk money, baby. Yeah. Let's talk, bro. But if you want to talk over 20, bro, we ain't got nothing for you, I don't think.
Yeah.
We don't, man. We don't. There are reports out there that the Giants, Chargers, and Raiders could take a shot if you reach free agency. All the Giants, that's John Harbaugh. You know, he would love to have Lindy there. Great locker room guy, leader. Great way to start off his line there with Jackson Dart. The Chargers, Jim Harbaugh has connections. Similar style ball. You know.
Yeah. And Herbert was hurt a lot this year, so I think they're gonna put some emphasis on keeping him safe from injury and stuff. So yeah.
And the Raiders, man, they got money to play with. They'll have a rookie QB in Fernando Mendoza. Yeah. Brady understands the importance of having a good line and a good center, so they'll take a shot.
Yeah.
They'll take a shot. One thing I will say, like you talked about, if he hits the open market, the price is going up.
Yeah.
And the Ravens historically do not like bidding wars.
Yeah.
So if it gets into a bidding war, sayonara.
Yeah. If he hits free agency,
unfortunately, man.
If he hits free agency, he's not coming back. He's gone for sure.
Yeah. So my question to you is this, Jordan: do you pay him what he wants, or you risk him touching the open market?
I'm not paying him what he wants if it's over $20 million, which I'm assuming is what he wants because he can get that.
Right.
So I would say no, which kind of sucks because I do like him a lot and I want him on our team, but it's just kind of, we've talked about this with plenty of other players. Like, yes, we love them, but the price matters.
Yeah, the price, man.
We have a lot of areas I feel like to address in this new era of the Ravens, and
man,
we can't put all of our eggs in one basket.
I agree, boss. And again, man, and again. This is classic cap management. Like, you want to have elite players, but you cannot overextend at just any position.
Yeah.
Especially when that position is center. And centers sometimes have a tendency to want to get paid like linemen, but they're not really linemen. They are centers. Yeah. They're not a guard. They're not a tackle. They are centers, all right? So, yeah, you can't overextend it at that position, especially with the Lamar Jackson contract looming.
Yeah.
I can't say it enough.
Yeah, things would be a little different if that was already done and we had a little bit to play with. I'd be like, maybe we can stretch it a little bit, but right now we can't.
Man, we ain't stretching nothing, bro. Yeah. $74 million over our head, bro.
Yeah, no.
Can't do nada. Nunca.
Nope.
Nunca. All right, let's get into everyone's favorite topic. And I've been chomping at the bit to get to this, man, for weeks. I've been ready to have a conversation with you, boss. The tight end room. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it, bro. Yo, this stuff angers me. This room angers me, man. Angers me, man. And I'm going to tell you why it angers me. We chose to pay a depreciating, aging tight end over a young man who has all the potential in the world. Yeah. And I say this to say, Mark Andrews, you'll be a All-Pro. My fault. You'll be a Hall of Famer. You already were All-Pro before. You'll be in the Ravens Ring of Honor. I respect you. However, you are not the same tight end that we used to know. Yeah. I honestly think that once he had that car accident, was it 2 years ago now? Yeah. That changed his game. Yeah. He's never been the same after. Like, he don't have like that same explosive pop. Yeah. And the mistakes have been in an all-time high. Yeah. Now, it's not just you. Yeah. It's the entire organization. For sure. But you point to Buffalo. That's not really Mark Andrews' life. That was very surprising. You point to New England this year. You did the random lateral. That's not really Mark Andrews' like. Yeah. Just not really playing like Mark Andrews. And normally, when you don't play up to the standard, you don't get an extension. Yeah. But I guess the rules are different here in Baltimore. What are your thoughts on that, man? Like, I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, I don't know where to start. It's definitely disappointing. I think, thinking about Andrews in his career, also he's always been pretty good in the regular season. Always gets a lot of touchdowns. He's definitely one of Lamar's favorite targets in the red zone and stuff like that.
Keyword, when?
In the regular season, which is what I was going to get to. So, in the playoffs, I can think of numerous instances where he's let us down.
The playoff faller.
Yeah, exactly. The Titans in 2019 or 2020, whatever year that was, he had a drop that early in the game that led to a Titans interception, changed the momentum. Man. Not this past postseason, obviously, but the one before that against the Bills, he dropped the 2-point conversion. He fumbled the ball the drive before that.
Oh, man, I forgot about the fumble where he decided he was going to be Zay Flowers and juke out of...
Yeah. So, like, those are just 3 instances right there I just named of huge... Then, this wasn't playoffs, but this past season, that lateral against New England, like, these are just things that are just like, this doesn't make sense. This is not who you are when we watch you and for most of your career. And it sucks, especially when you have a guy... and a young and up-and-coming great tight end like Isaiah Likely, who is literally maybe the opposite. Yes, he does have good regular season, so I'm not going to say he's bad in the regular season and good in the postseason. But when the moments have been biggest and the lights are on, Isaiah Likely is the one player I can think of with the Ravens who has consistently shown up. This past season against the Steelers, he had that huge catch, the most clutch catch of our season. Year before that, against the Bills, he catches the touchdown that leads to the Mark Andrews drop. So it's like we see Likely he has great hands. He comes up big in big time moments, and then we have the opposite in Mark Andrews. Not to mention, Mark Andrews is older, Isaiah Likely is younger. So it's just a lot of variables that kind of make the extension with Andrews this past December kind of confusing. I understand, like you said, I respect Mark Andrews. He's our all-time leader in a lot of categories for receiving. And he's a great, you can tell he's a great person. He fits like the Ravens organization very well. But at some point we gotta be realistic, and I'm just really surprised, honestly, that we did the timing of that contract and the fact that we did it at all was very surprising, because I think throughout the Ravens fan base we kind of had this understanding that like it was Likely's time. Man. So it's just really confusing.
No, you said it great. I think what confuses us as Ravens fans is this. You had Mark Andrews, who I guess was in his prime at that point. I think it was coming off an All-Pro year or maybe the year after, and we got Likely. Yeah. It was great. I was like, we got a young guy, man. Like, this kid's got balance. Yeah. He can run routes. He can play the slot. Like Likely is the tight end of how the game's moving towards. For sure. Fast, twitchy, can get in and out of routes. Yeah. Nice releases, can get there. has hands, can get up and down, like has bounce. Like, Mark Andrews is good, but he's an old-style tight end. Like, definitely old-style tight end. Going down the middle, can block very well, like, has hands still, but, like, not going to beat you in a foot race. Mm-hmm. Like, also, Isaiah Likely's yak is wild, man. Yeah. It's wild. Like, yo, Isaiah Likely is going to be an all-pro tight end in 2 years. Yeah. I can almost guarantee that, bro.
And the crazy thing is, saying all that, Likely to even have as good of a season this past season as we thought. Like, I remember before the season when we were all like, give Likely tight end one snap. So we want him to be the vocal tight end. Yeah. And I don't even know. Obviously, he didn't have a great year, but the way he ended it just shows his potential. And we've seen enough. Yeah. We've seen enough from him. At least I have in the past. I know you have, to know what he can bring to the offense. So.
And we know, like, bro, he broke his foot in training camp, dog. Like, that's tough to come back from. When he said it in the Gruden interview, he didn't feel good for like 2 months. Yeah. One thing me and my brother always argue about is, like, he's like, bro, you can't be so, like, riding hard for Likely. He didn't perform in a contract year. I understand that, but there are reasons why. He broke his foot, 1. Okay, and 2, he was still splitting reps, bro. Like, even beyond the contract numbers, I think what he aspires to be is a franchise tight end. Yeah. And I think at a point when they put that contract in front of Mark Andrews, that was likely signal, I will never be tight end 1 here because they believe in him more. Yeah. And for whatever reason, that's why. And that's also the Ravens' right. Yeah. You know, like, it's business. It's tough, but it's business, man. Like, and this is no hate to Mark Andrews. I don't think they made the right choice keeping you, boss. I don't. You're aging. Yeah. You're a playoff faller. Mm-hmm. And really, to be honest, man, like, I just don't think that, like, our offense is going to be really, like, leaning towards you as much as it did in the past. Yeah, I agree. It's not. It's not. And what's funny is this. Declan Doyle is known for heavy 12 personnel, likely asked to be used just as a big part of the offense. Can you imagine? Do you know who the Colson Loveland is? The Bears tight end. Yeah. Him and Likely are almost the same profile guy. Yeah. Imagine, like, in an offense with Declan Doyle, man. I don't have that much hope anymore. Yeah. It's probably a foregone conclusion. He's gone. But if we can figure out any kind of way to keep him, Baltimore, I would love to, man. Yeah, but for sure. It's tough, man. I get it. It's business. He didn't perform well in the contract year. He didn't. He did it. Yeah, he did it. I'm not going to run from that one. He did it.
Yeah. I think what we're saying is based off what we've seen in the past and maybe in certain moments this year. He did have some costly plays to us. He had that fumble through the end zone against the Bengals, the drop against the Steelers. So I think you can make an argument and say, he didn't really deserve this contract, but you also have to think about the age and the circumstances you said with the injury and all that, and what we've seen from him in the past. I personally obviously wish that we had done the things differently, but like you said, it is what it is. Business at the end of the day. So
exactly, man. It's business, man. Let's touch on the numbers real quick because all these seem to be a little important to everybody. Spotrac market value for Likely is 2 years, $17 million. That's about 8.8 per year. Not a bad contract, but I think he's looking for somewhere between 13 to 17 million a year. Yeah. I think he can get that. Like, his tape speaks for itself, and like you said, when we give extensions out to people, normally teams are looking to give out extensions on potential. Yeah. You know, it's like production and potential combined a bit. Yeah, for sure. But you can lean on one or the other more if you need to.
For sure. I think they have him getting 8.8 per year. I totally agree. He's definitely getting more than that for sure. I think, like you said, around like the 14 mil is what I could see him getting. Yeah. That's like what Kelsey's making right now. And like we said, it's not that he's on Kelsey's level right now, but it's what you're gonna see for years to come. He's a young guy, and he's shown up in a lot of big moments, so you can't deny that.
Yeah, and I can't say enough. He's the new age tight end. Yeah. He's part of like that tight end group that's gonna keep pushing that like position more forward, man. Like the tight end of Oregon too. I love Kenyon Sadiq, similar guy to Likely, man. Yeah. Michael Tripp. If we lose Isaiah Likely, I think there's a guy in the draft that will be a great fit for us, man. Michael Tripp out of Baylor. all our listeners and followers, please go look up Michael Trick out of Baylor. He could be likely's replacement. All right. If this happens, clip it, and it's gonna be great, right? All right, guys. All right. Let me ask you this, man. Is it even smart to pay 2 tight ends?
I mean, it's not. I mean, it's tough to say. It's tough when we have as many needs to fill as we do to be putting so much assets of ours towards tight ends. It is. I think the thing with Andrew's deal is that it could easily be a 1-year deal, but it would really make things difficult for next year if we pay likely a lot of money and you have so much tied up in the tight end room. Then we have a lot of needs in our offensive line, on our defensive line, really a lot of places to be honest. Our punter
still has to be re-signed too. That's so sneaky as well.
It's a lot of things. So I think it's tough. I think that's why we kind of are assuming that this is going to be the end of likely in Baltimore. I would love to keep him. Like
timing of it.
Yeah, he deserves. I think he deserves the money that he's gonna get. Obviously, we don't know exactly how much, but I think he's earned that based off his potential. I just wish that we could maybe give likely a little bit more because we didn't do this Andrews deal. So maybe we could take a little bit of a chance on likely, but you can't really do much now that we already have so much money tied up in the tight end room.
We talked earlier over text, man, and I told you, like, this is a bad deal. This is a bad deal. I know it's only $7 million, but it's $7 million that we could have used.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and I think it's $7 million that you could have used to pay likely to get him over that, that like $5 million gap.
Yeah.
That $5 million is right there. You gave it to Mark Andrews. And I think you're able to bring back Kohler on a team-friendly deal, and you have your 2 tight ends right there.
Yeah, I like Kohler a lot, too. I would like to keep
him. And you have guys that are young.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Youth. You must prioritize youth in the NFL. I don't understand why the Ravens have a propensity to pay guys that are old. I don't get it. I don't get it, man.
I don't either. And hopefully Andrews has a great year. I wouldn't be surprised if he does, but it's just tough because of the explosiveness and the potential that we think likely could reach. So
and of course we keep using that P word, potential. Yeah. But like that's all you can go off of when you see guys like do what they in 2024, bro. Like likely was cooking.
Oh yeah.
Yo, he was having a year, man. Yeah. That's why we were all pumped to see him in the tight end one role.
And even remember the year before that in 2023. When Andrews was out for a large stretch of the end of the season.
He went ham.
Even the game against the Texans in the playoffs, he went crazy, and then Andrews came back against the Chiefs and we lost.
Hot take. I remember seeing this. I think that year, him coming back to the lineup legit messed up all of our chemistry.
I think so.
Because sometimes I think like Lamar loves his receivers that like he can trust, but sometimes he leans on them too much. I feel like.
Yeah.
And Mark Andrews is a guy I feel like he leans on a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
And I still don't think that he's the same the same tight end that he used to be. I don't.
Yeah.
Something about him is different. But we paid him.
Yeah.
We paid him, man. But again, if y'all have any opposing thoughts, let us know in the comments, DMs, all that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get quickly to the OTA comments made by Declan Doyle. All right. So on Wednesday? Head coach Jesse Minter held a press conference with media members and the other coordinators. Anthony Weaver, D coordinator, Anthony Levine, special teams coordinator, and Declan Doyle, offensive coordinator. All right, and he set the tone very well. All right, he wasn't playing no games. Came out the gate early. He said, "Hey, I know OTAs are optional, but we all say we want to win championships here. So if you have championship aspirations, I expect you to be here."
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I love it. I think, especially coming into offseason where not only do we have a new offensive coordinator, but a whole new coaching staff. It's going to be even that much more important to get everyone in the building early, learn the playbook together, go through things, It's going to be totally different than what they experienced last year and in years past, so it's only going to help us to get ahead. And also, I love that mentality he has. If you want to win a championship, then you should be here. Yes, it's optional, but if you have aspirations and truly want to win a championship, then you can be here and we can do this, and it's only going to better us. So
Yeah,
I like the mentality a lot, and I honestly like that he said it out in front of everyone to the public.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I love that, bro. Like, winning takes everybody, bro. Mentor's talking a lot about being connected, connected.
Yeah.
We got to be connected from all the way from April all the way to February, right?
Yeah.
All the way. So
Yeah.
I love it, man. I don't think he's too young to be talking like this. I saw a lot about that on Twitter. Like, that's nonsense. It doesn't matter how old he is. The guy knows ball, and the guy is trying to get the best out of all his players. Yeah. That's what we missed here.
Yeah.
Getting the best out of your guys.
And he's our offensive coordinator. It doesn't matter what his age is. At this point, he is our offensive coordinator. Like, he is in the position to be able to say how he feels, and his words matter. He is our offensive coordinator. Doesn't matter if he's 70 or 29. He's going to be leading our offense. So what he says makes a difference, and it truly matters.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have been talking about if, like, this kind of being, I'm sure he didn't aim it at Lamar, but I think just from Ravens social media and stuff, there's always been talk about Lamar not showing up for OTAs, and missing practices in the season and stuff.
Let's talk about it.
So
man.
I think,
Let's get into it. Let's get into it, man. You kind of alluded, man. But do you think that was a shot at Lamar Jackson?
No, I don't think it was a shot at Lamar. I think it goes to everyone on offense, Lamar Jackson included in that, because. I mean, Declan Doyle doesn't really care about Lamar in the past not showing up to OTAs. Like, it's
he
more
wasn't
about
a coach then, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's about now. I don't think he was calling him out, but I think I can see what Ravens fans are saying when they're like, "Oh, Lamar, like he's like you gotta hear Declan Doyle out, especially." Obviously, Lamar, as we know, Declan Doyle has said that he's talked to Lamar, and Lamar wants to reach new heights, and obviously Declan Doyle wants to help him get there. So if he truly wants to do that, then I think he will be in the building early, learning the playbook, and just getting used to everything that's new. So,
man, I'm right with you. Whether it was a shot at Lamar or not, I could care less. Because, like you said, Declan Doyle is the offensive coordinator of the Baltimore Ravens. So, if he's telling his guys to get to OTA so that they can get a head start, why would I be angry about that? Yeah. Think about that. That's stupid. Yeah. That's stupid. Yeah. Like,
or to say, oh, he's young. Like,
that's stupid again.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
Look, Baltimore Ravens fans, we have a lot of bigger issues to worry about than dumb stuff like this. Yeah. Okay, like, so stop the nonsense. All right, stop the nonsense on Reddit, on Twitter, all that, y'all. Like, as a fan base, we gotta be strong, man. Like, we have a new staff. We are about to change stuff. Yeah. Stop all the nonsense. Stop all the nonsense. All right, I'm not the fan police. Fandom is up to you, but just stop the nonsense. Yeah. Let me ask you this though. Let me see. How important is Lamar's presence at OTAs to this team?
I think it's huge because that sets the tone that if he's there and he's all in, everyone else around the team should be. If your leader shows up, he's taking this seriously, then that sets the tone. Everyone else should be here too. That goes for any sport. If you've played a sport before, you know when you walk in the room and your leader is going above and beyond, doing more than he has to, and is trying to reach a new level.
You respect it. You
respect it, and you go, oh, if that 2-time MVP is doing that, then why wouldn't I be doing that? So I think Lamar showing up and being there definitely will set the tone for the offense and the whole team.
I agree, man. Lamar being there is what you want. He's a leader. We want to set that tone, and it's a new offense. Every time Lamar has had to learn a new offense, he's come to OTAs. Yeah. So again, I'm not too worried. I'm pretty sure he'll be at OTAs. All right. But again, like, I don't like that we try to create this friction between Lamar and the Ravens. And he's the only QB that we try to do it for. Yeah. So can we stop it? Yeah, Can we stop it? I think Mentor is taking the necessary steps to massage the relationship between Lamar and the Ravens because there were reports that it was a little tougher last year with Harbaugh and Monken. So if that's the case, I'd love to see Mentor, make sure his QB is happy and comfortable. Because that's the key to Lamar playing great football. Yeah. That is the key, man. But I anticipate him being at OTAs. Like you said, he's the leader of this franchise. I think that he wants the best. He wants a ring, and he understands that, sometimes you've been doing it the same way for years. It's not getting results. You got to change it up. Yeah. You got to change it up.
I also think coming off of this offseason where they gave him the keys to the franchise. Yeah. They got rid of our 18-year coach and said, Lamar, we're putting a lot of this in your hands. We want your input on who the next head coach is going to be. We want your input on who the offensive coordinator is going to be. All of that just shows how much belief we have in him, and I think him being there obviously just sets a standard and a tone throughout Baltimore for sure.
Yeah, man, like this summer I loved it. Like I think just the language that they talked about Lamar was different.
Yeah.
Bashad, he's saying, I want Lamar to be a partner of this franchise.
Yeah.
All of that, man. Like him being able to interview Declan Doyle for over an hour. Him being in on all the interviews. Like that's what you want from a QB. Like
sure.
He's like he is now Lamar was first just our quarterback. Okay, he's now our QB, hopefully soon to be CEO.
Yeah.
And that's what you want out of your quarterback. So I'm excited for it. Doyle, I love it. I love the plans he has. I want to say one thing that stuck out to me a lot is that they understand him and Mentor that they must make the game easier for Lamar.
Yeah.
Play on time, play on schedule. The first play that we secret, the first play that we scheme up is the one that we want to hit for,
Yeah.
I want to keep Lamar's ability with his legs. Like, use it, of course, but don't rely on it.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be so, reliant on you making those big plays with your legs because we have to.
Yeah.
I want you to be able to play comfortable, play on schedule, and get the ball to your receiver so that we can, put points on the board.
And, it's my bad. I was just going to say, and you use it when it's needed.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to be all the time. Save it for when we really need him to take off and get a big first down and stuff like that. So
I think something last year with him being banged up that we missed out in was design runs.
Yeah,
Lamar Jackson is dangerous in design runs, bro.
Sure.
That's honestly how you keep him safe.
Yeah,
design runs
and just posing that threat to the defense makes a difference too. That opens up a lot of people think, oh, Lamar's gonna keep it. Oh, we actually give it off to Derrick Henry.
RPO, man.
And everyone thinks Lamar's going one way, and Derrick Henry gets the ball going another. Like that's a defense. That's a defensive nightmare. Vice versa, whichever way you want to do it, you get it wrong, and either Derrick Henry or Lamar Jackson gets a good matchup and has space to run
downhill.
That's not what any defense wants to see.
Yo, the Baltimore Declan Doyle is about to cook up with his offense, man. He's about to cook up, man. He's about to cook up. About to cook up. All right, our final topic. We always like to close our pods with some draft talk. So let's do it. Yeah. Dan Jeremiah, former Ravens scout turned analyst, has a great reputation with mock drafts. He mocked Zay Flowers to us a couple years ago, and he mocked Nate Wiggins to us a couple years ago. Prior to the hiring of Declan Doyle, he had Vega Ione mocked to us from Penn State. And if you watched the BackTable Talk pod, we talked about that on I think 2 pods ago about Vega Ione, or 1 pod ago. As of this week, Dan Jeremiah has released his newest iteration of the mock draft, and he has us taking Jordan Tyson, receiver out of Arizona State University. All right. So, what are your thoughts about us taking a receiver at 14? Now, before you say that, I have seen on Twitter people outraging about taking a receiver, okay? Outraging. But I got to hear your thoughts,
Yeah, I would say I'd love to have – we've talked about this. We'd love to have another playmaker, and we were watching some of his highlights before we started this, and he's definitely a beast. I would have no problem with us taking him, but we need to shore up some of our other positions through free agency or trades or other draft picks, whatever it is. As long as we address these other needs and take care of offensive line, our pass rush, things like that, and we can get a player like this, then yeah, I'm definitely all for it. It's kind of hard to say, I think, ahead of time when we don't know how free agency is going to play out and stuff like that. he's a great player. I would love for us to pick him as long as we take care of all these other needs, I would say.
I agree, man. I'm like right on this line. Some fans may not like it, but I'm going to say it. I'm with you. I want all our needs to get filled. I do. But I also don't want to handcuff us to where if he's sitting there at 14, we're like, we gotta take a guard, we gotta take a D lineman,
for sure.
we gotta take that.
Yeah.
If he's the best player available on the board, you take him.
Yeah, you're right.
And you figure out the rest later.
Yeah, that's how we've always done it too, and we've been pretty successful doing it for the most part.
Last year, we didn't need another safety.
Yeah.
We didn't. I'll be honest with you. When we took Malachi Starks, I said, "Are you stupid, Eric DaCosta? We need receivers, not another safety."
Yeah.
But boy, was I wrong.
Yeah.
1 month later, our Darius Washington tore his Achilles.
Yeah. Yep.
And who steps in? Malachi Starks.
Yeah.
Has a pretty good rookie year.
Yeah.
You know, so I get it. Man. I get it. But if he is there, guys, like, I just want us to like stop playing around with that room.
Yeah.
Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm biased, but I'm tired of living in poverty in the wide receiver room, bro. Like you see teams like Jacksonville, Travis Hunter, Brian Thomas Jr. Who else they got down there? Parker Washington, Jacoby Lane.
Yeah.
Like I want that.
Yeah.
I want that. All I can say is Zay Flowers.
Yeah. That's all we
And for all the haters, you want me to say Rashad Bateman? No. I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to say his name, bro. No, he's not. And also, Ravens fan, stop thinking he's a viable option at receiver. He is not. Yeah. He's not. He's not the guy who took it in the first round. He's not. It's simple. Stop it.
If he's on our roster next year, that's great, but I'm not counting on him to play a big role. He could. He has
all the goddamn do to do it.
Yeah, but I'm not going into the season saying, "Oh, we have Bateman, so
we're good."
We're
right?
Good. No, we're not.
We
can't be doing that. But I agree with what you said. It's definitely. I think that's also just how the Ravens have always drafted his best player available. So if he is, then go ahead and take him, and we'll figure everything else out after the fact. So.
Also, I was watching. For all our listeners out here, I'm going to give a shout out to my man. Former Raven Steve Smith is the guru of wide receivers. If you want to learn about wide receivers or just know about any in the draft, watch his pod. Yeah. Today I tapped in for a bit. He mocked Mekhi Lemon from USC to us. All right? Mekhi Lemon, Blitnikoff Award winner, which goes to the best wide receiver in college football. He won it last year. He's like 5'11", 190, smaller guy. Okay, so I also saw people were like, he's good, but you know, when that happens, you gotta be like, what's going on? So I heard he's good, but he's small. In Baltimore, we already have a small guy. It's nice.
Yeah.
Should we take another small guy?
I personally wouldn't love that. I think we were just saying. Best player available, so if that's what it happens
he's there,
to be,
he's there, yeah.
But I don't think that's ideal for us. Like you said, we have Flowers, who, by the way, I remember Steve Smith saying that Flowers is going to be a beast coming out of college, and he was absolutely right about that.
More than wrong.
I don't think I wouldn't like it if we took another small wide receiver, but, I mean, if there's a playmaker and he's the best player available, then
you gotta go.
You gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. But I have always just wanted Lamar to have kind of a more possession, wide receiver. Not even possession, but just all around wide receiver. We've never seen Lamar with like a wide receiver that people say, "Oh, this guy might be one of the best in the league." Flowers is getting close to that, and he's a great wide receiver, but. Imagine if we had Lamar with Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson,
even T. Higgins.
Even T. Higgins. That's just a couple of people. We could go on and on.
Go on and on.
But a guy who you can throw the ball up to with a man on him and say, go make a play. Like, that's kind of what I feel like Lamar has been.
Just a guy where you can be like, man, forget the scheme.
Yeah.
Give him the ball, let him make a play. We have never had no one like that outside of Zay Flowers.
Yeah, for sure.
And Isaiah Likely, we're about to let walk.
Yeah.
It's annoying, bro.
Yeah.
All right, the write-up on Tyson. Here's a blurb about Jordan Tyson. Tyson is a vertical threat with route running polish and separation ability. Pairing him with Flowers could significantly change the offense for the Baltimore Ravens. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Zay Flowers is great in the X, but we have not ever had a boundary guy where you can throw him a post, he'll go get it, go over the top, make a play. We never had that, and I would love that. I would love that. And also, if you're going to extend Lamar, is this the year that we finally start giving him weapons on weapons on weapons on weapons on weapons? I think that every year we should prioritize getting Lamar more weapons. I get we have holes to fill on the line, but Lamar still needs more weapons.
Yeah.
He still needs more weapons. And guess what? He still needs more weapons.
Yeah. And that goes kind of back to what you said, talking about Declan Doyle, is his ability to put some of these guys in good positions for Lamar and make things easier on Lamar.
Yes,
so if you get more weapons and guys who can make plays, then that just makes things easier on Lamar, obviously. And yeah, like we said, obviously we do need offensive line help. We need to protect Lamar first and foremost, but like you said, every year getting Lamar a new weapon is big for sure.
All right. Last question of the pod, George. This is a heavy hitter.
Okay.
All right. What's more important, building around Lamar or rebuilding our lines?
I think building around Lamar is also building the line, because I think we've talked about this in the past, that any year Lamar has had a really good offensive line. He's had a great season. He's never dealt with much injuries. So I think building around Lamar means protecting Lamar and also giving him weapons. But having, in the past, whenever we've had a good defense and good linemen protecting Lamar, we've had a lot of success. So I think we should build around Lamar, and I think part of that is protecting him. I agree.
I agree, man. I think when we say build around Lamar, it doesn't just mean wide receivers.
Yeah.
It means the offensive line.
Yeah.
And I think it also means giving him a creative, innovative offensive coordinator. And I think we are taking steps to do that.
Yeah.
Bringing in Declan Doyle, man.
I like how Declan Doyle said that he's looking for explosive plays.
Oh, man.
I love the sound of that.
For real. No, I just urge anyone to go watch a lot of Bears tape. My guy, all 22 films on YouTube, has breakdowns of just kind of like Declan Doyle's scheme, and you can kind of see what he hopes to bring here. Tap in, man. The guy knows ball. Yeah. But yeah, now I'm gonna add something. I think equally as important as making sure that we rebuild the offensive line, we have no pass rush.
Yes.
So I think that must be top of the list too.
Yeah.
Getting pass rush and making sure that we can get to the quarterback so that our DBs can cook. Now, Minter's got that covered. I'm not worried at all on that.
I agree.
He's put together a great staff to make sure the issue is fixed.
Yeah.
But we got to go out there and play ball.
Yeah. I think getting back to the physical Ravens identity that we've known in years past starts with the trenches on defense and offense. And we struggled in both of those areas last year. So I think it'd be big to definitely revamp both of them and have them at a strong place coming into the season. Talking about the defense in whole, it's so easy, and we love picking on Humphrey. And really all of I would say the majority of our secondary didn't have a good year, or at least didn't have their best year last year. And that's obviously a large part due to the fact that we had no pressure on quarterbacks. So that's going to be a big emphasis, like you said, has got to be D-line and obviously O-line as well.
It's got to be, man. It definitely has to be, man. The key here is this offseason, the key word for Baltimore is balance. Yeah. You have to make sure you balance it out and you fix that offense and you fix that defense. We have to get back to being the best defense in football.
Yeah.
When that's the case, we are probably the best team in football.
Yeah.
I would say, because we have Lamar Jackson on the side of the ball.
That's exactly what I was about to say. If you have the best defense in the league and then you have Lamar on the other side with whatever you give him, obviously to some degree, but if you have Lamar on one side and the best defense in the league on the other side,
it's if you're having a scheme for Kyle Hamilton on one side and a scheme for Lamar Jackson on the other side,
you're gonna
I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah.
I do, man.
Yeah.
I do.
For sure.
So, Yeah, that is going to be the end of the episode. We truly appreciate you guys for tapping in to the episode. We'll have some more great stuff coming for you next week. If you have not already, please tap into episode 7 on YouTube. Please also tap into our reels on IG. Follow us on IG at BackTable Media, on X at BackTable Media, and on YouTube. Subscribe, comment, like at BackTable Media. All right. Thank you all, and we'll be back with some more content for you. Have a good one.